What's good, everyone? This your main correspondent, Alan Taylor, and I'm back in the broadcast room yet again, always with another one. And yes, indeed, it is another one. So this is where we at right here. As you can see clearly, the title of the broadcast tonight and things like that, and it's going down. Apparently, it's crazy because apparently, everybody's feeling some type of way because Elon Musk DOGE team are very young people out here, seems like.
What the French toast is
These are very young people. Some straight out of high school, early college, things like that. And we know how, in today's society, the tech industry works. They try to get the youngest and the brightest. And this is how it goes out here. So, listen, look, we're trying to figure this out. We're trying to see if the young people are going to, kind of recorrect the old guard's thought process. And this is basically what's going down. So we're going to go here now. We're going to check some things out. And then we're going to go from Fox. And then we're also going to visit Anton Daniels' channel, Anton Daniels After Hours, where he's talking with his team and things like that about the situations. So let's go here now. Let's check this out. Quarters, nickels, and dimes, people.
OPM has also found itself infiltrated by at least one of Elon Musk's very young acolytes. Wired uncovered a number of these young men, including a 19-year-old named Edward Korestein, who appears to have recently graduated from high school and to have been enrolled at Northeastern University. Korestein and another young man are listed in internal OPM records reviewed by Wired as experts at OPM, reporting directly to Amanda Scales, its new chief of staff. What's more, employees at the Government Services Administration tell Wired that Korestein has appeared on calls where workers were made to go over code they had written and justify their jobs to the college freshmen. Korestein did not respond to a request for comment from Wired, nor did OPM. Seems like a recent high school graduate is determining whether career civil servants have sufficiently justified their jobs. OPM has also found itself.
Wow. And I know that's pissing people off. I know that's making some people mad that they have to answer to young people fresh out of college out here, especially grown people. Listen, look, regardless of what we like to think, throughout our history, it's always been the rule of thumb in our society, when our society was in order to respect your elders. Your elders were supposed to be the wisest and the ones with the most wisdom and guiding the young people in order to become greater adults and carry on society in the utmost way to where it would better society and things like that. But it seems like in today's society, our elders are more foolish than some of these young people out here.
So what the French toast is there to think about?
I mean, I'm just stating facts here. I'm stating facts. And this is the way we're going, seems like. I don't know, but you get down in the comments and let me know what you think about the situation at hand here as well. So, okay, then we're going to go to Fox here now. And we're going to check this out, you know what I'm saying? And we're going to see what they had to say about the situation, and then we're going to keep going.
Now we're learning more about Elon Musk's small army to cut the wasteful spending. These young engineers were reportedly handpicked by Elon Musk, and the oldest is just 25 years old, and some of them are reportedly still in college. Joey, I took notes. $1.5 million to advance the DEI in Serbia's workforces.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, USAID.
So I have an anecdote for you. I have a friend. She texted me a few hours ago, unsolicited. Didn't know I was on the show today. She said, I've been a subcontractor for USAID for 30 years. She said, I've been saying for a long time to my friends and family that it's a wasteful agency. We've done some of the stupidest projects you can ever imagine. Although it's now putting me partially out of business, it's a good thing, and that's what I voted for. That's from somebody who has been a contractor, subcontractor, who has firsthand experience for 3 decades. I think it was Harold Ford yesterday on the 5 said, don't throw the baby out with the bathwater. Well, sometimes that's exactly what you need to do.
Hold on. Yeah, they're talking about USAID, and the thing of this is with this particular situation here, it's a lot of deep diving that's going on. Elon has, Doge is going to dive off in it and things like that. Shout out to Vivek Ramaswamy. He has other things in mind that he wants to do, and he's no longer with Doge. But the thing of this is yes, they're trying to figure things out. They're trying to see about what's going on with all this money that's been going to all these places and things like that. Let's keep going. Let's check out a little bit more here.
Sometimes you need to hit delete and then start over again, because the people that are working in that agency, they were approving these things. So that's a part of their ethos. And if they have to go home and not come back to work, that's probably the best thing that should happen.
Rebecca?
Well, listen, it not only is it waste, but a lot of times, a lot of this stuff aggravates our allies and partners. It's ideologically controversial. So it's pushing things like abortion on conservative countries or the LGBTQ issue or climate ideology, and it aggravates our partners and allies. Of course, it aggravates a lot of Americans as well, and sometimes violates the consciences of Americans. Don't even want our taxpayer dollars to go to these things. But I think the larger point is USAID was never meant to be purely charity, purely altruism. It's supposed to align with American foreign policy objectives and make sure that we have countries that are siding with the United States against our adversaries. Last point, recently went to a trip to India. India, conservative country. We want to partner with India to counter China. The Indian officials I talked to said they were irritated by the progressive policies that the Biden administration foisted on them. It hurt our relationship with India.
Yeah, I wonder.
Damn. So India, listen, look, India is a huge country, pretty much, about the size of America to a degree, and China, things like that. So India is actually wanting to keep being one of our allies overseas in and things like that. And man, wow. In India, listen, look, man, India has very smart individuals that come from there, and they are technically savvy to a degree, things like that. So yeah, like she just said, we've been with previous administrations, we've been upsetting our allies and things like that, and that's not good, because once we upset the allies, we're losing individuals that will actually have our back and stuff like that, and be willing to, deal with us and trade and also other aspects of life and things like that. This is wild right here. Let's keep going just a little bit more.
I wonder how Serbia's workforces would feel about all that DEI. I'm sure they don't turn down the money, 1.5 million. But to your point, I mean, that's not an alignment maybe with some countries. I don't know about Serbia.
Yeah, look, this is the best 3 examples I've seen for the problems at USAID. I just want to highlight it. Emma Colton, FoxNews.com. Everyone read this. Number 1, Tom Cotton sends a letter October of 2023 to Samantha Power, who's administering USAID, and says, I have credible evidence that Hamas terrorists have received U.S. aid. Now, USAID denies that. Tom Cotton, however, not known for throwing random things to the wind. Number 2, Syrian national gets $9 million to Al-Nusra Front. Newsflash, Al-Nusra Front is a terrorist organization. Number 3, money gets to the Wuhan Institute of Virology. Let's put a cherry on top. A Soros group is who Samantha Powers chooses to meet with several times during the administration. Those are the problems. And just to address the point, because there's this viral story about AIDS and PEPFAR and that not getting to children. Everyone wants to see African children helped. Everyone wants to see PEPFAR continue. Secretary Rubio addressed this just now in a press conference flagged for me by the State Department. Quote, we have issued a blanket waiver. If the program saves lives, they have a waiver straight from the Secretary of State.
Okay, so this is where we at right here, and we're going to keep going and things like that. So USAID, of course, has been misappropriating funds. It's wild out here. This is where they're at. So, all right, we're going to go to Anton's situation. And yeah, shout out to brother Anton out there. This is Anton Daniels After Hours right here. And he has his team, and they're talking about this situation with DOGE and things like that. And they're adding their perspectives and things like that. And I thought this was something that we needed to hear as well right here on the Bottom Line News. So let's go here now.
What are they actually doing? And who's paying them for the work? Well, it's to be candid, a little bit difficult to ascertain exactly what they are doing. What we do know is they are working across several federal agencies, including DOGE, of course, as well as the Office of Personnel Management, which is essentially the HR function for the government, and the General Services Administration, which oversees things like federal buildings, leases, and then technology and IT. So what we do know is that these young men are working at the behest of Musk and his team that he has brought in across these agencies on, a number of engineering-related tasks.
So, okay, Elon Musk wants anyone, talking about this.
All right, so we're going to stop there. What do y'all think about the young guys that are basically auditing the federal government? Mainly 6 guys that are leading Elon Musk's team of, they saying, roughly about 20 people, that is basically going through auditing and determining who can and who can't continue to access and what programs is being cut. What do y'all think about that?
I love it, dog. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. First of all, just get the show the system about the education program that they had. All right. So if you was confident in putting all that money in that, now we get to come back to you and you see what you got. But we know they went to private school because they've been smarter than everybody all their life. But this what I like about it so much. It's the youth that's in charge of our future. That's what I like to see. 19 through 24-year-olds who've been smarter than everybody their entire life, actually getting an opportunity to be real leaders in this, in our culture, and they not just doing it through bloodline. They doing.
And okay, I could definitely understand where, what I'm saying, brother coming from with the situation, things like that. But at the same time, though, too, we've also been conditioned in today's society and things like that to, for the longest now, that the elders have the best wisdom and things like that, too. So, this is, I'm just playing a little bit of devil advocate right now. And I'm just trying to get y'all to see the different sides of the thought processes of how we've been conditioned in society to now that it's a new day, things like that. Maybe, the younger people have a different angle that we may need to look at and things like that, especially by these being, what we would like to call new age Einsteins out here.
And what the French toast is there to think about?
Maybe. So, and, this is where I'm coming from with my side of my commentary and things like that about this situation with Elon having these younger people and things like that in charge of such, important information and important business about our country and things like that. So get down in the comments. Let me know what you guys think. Seriously, let's keep going.
Going through hard work, brilliance, and intelligence. That's what I love about it. All right, and then they ain't got no allegiance to nobody. They so young, they not tied to none of these entities.
Right.
Okay. Right. I'm not with. I never worked with the Bush family, so guess what? I don't have to cover this up. I can just tell it how it is. I don't work for the Clintons. I don't know the Clintons. So guess what? I get to show the real. These people are so removed.
And also that's very dangerous as well. When you're playing government politics and things like that, and knowing that the government has certain powers and be able to maneuver and things like that. I think that's the reason why also that Trump came into play with, trying to get the FBI and the CIA with this situation that's, giving these people these outs, basically, that you could retire early and things like that, 8 months of, pay and things like that to kind of remove themselves. He's trying to see who's going to bite the bait.
From the old establishment that they got a chance to do the job the right way.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
And that's the problem with the old leadership. They always tied to somebody in front of them and behind them.
Right.
The person who pulled them along, they got to do a favor for their kids on the way up. Now we got 12 strangers in here, and we don't know what they. Six strangers in here. And we can't get no ties from them. Oh, now we got to do the books the right way. I can't cover up for nobody.
And I'm going to show their pictures again just for reference.
I love it.
Yeah.
And this is moving the chessboard because life is chess. And damn sure ain't checkers out here. This is moving. Trump is moving the chessboard all around. Seriously.
Anybody else can jump in when,
And that's what a lot of people are mad about too.
whenever they want.
So what I will say is, while everybody is, upset about DEI and they pissed off and they mad, it ain't no black people up there.
They don't meet
Exactly.
They don't
It
meet
ain't no black. No, wait. It ain't. Wait. We do all this complaining and being mad about stupid shit like DEI when we don't value education. We don't value a higher standard for actually learning beyond what's in the school books. And we have no representation amongst people that could possibly be the wave of the future. We have no representation, but yet we're complaining about being included in something that wasn't even for us anyway. It never directly affected black folks anyway, but we're not complaining about why we aren't included in that. We have no representation and nobody cares because they too busy worried about, oh man, Trump shutting down this, Trump shutting down that. Oh, Black History Month, this black. We need to be focusing on why we have nobody representing us in that group.
And I'm definitely on board with that thought process. Shout out to Slimmy, real talk.
So what's the French
Listen,
toast
look.
to think about?
Yes, and I do follow Anton Daniels very hard. Anton Daniels, After Dark, all types of things. Slimmy has a very valid point. This is our problem in the 21st century as black people, due to the fact that our community is destroyed, things like that. We can't properly educate our children and get them to the levels that we need to have them to be, on those levels with those types of individuals that Anton just showed. And I've also shown in the earlier segment of this broadcast here. This is the thing here. You know what I'm saying? Families make communities. Communities make good for educating our children to be productive and better citizens. Now, at one point in time in history of this country, black people used to lead the edge on technology. We invented the light, the stoplight, a lot of other things. I'm sorry, guys, but you know what I'm saying, right now at this point, you know what I'm saying, I can come up with just only a few points because I'm rolling right now. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get things on board here with you guys, and I'm trying to get y'all to understand. Listen, look, black people, we invented a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, in this country, and it is very serious. All you have to do is look it up. But I know some will not do their due diligence to look things up of what black people really invented and created in this society. But we have, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you got George Washington Carver, things like that. We've done things in this country to press this country forward until we came to this precipice right now to where we've lost our families, we lost our communities. And it's the reason why our children are not educated as properly as we can be, because we are truly, we could truly be the super smart people on this planet.
So what's the French toast is there to think about?
Real talk. Real talk.
That's a big deal.
You think so? You think they need a black guy in there?
No, they
I'm
don't.
not. No. That's not what I'm saying.
No.
What I'm saying is we don't have anybody in there because we don't value that.
Right.
We don't value what it takes to get there.
Right.
We don't value the hard work that it takes to be an engineer. It's very
so what you're saying is that what we should be concerned about is that we're not putting together, or we're not grooming our kids to be the best and brightest, to earn their representation inside of circles like that.
Exactly.
Not only just the kids, but for us as the black community to earn the representation, to be in such situations right there where we could actually add, where those people could actually be representing us in those situations to where we could actually have a add-on to our community where our community can be respected. For our leadership, for our education, for our knowledge, and for our growth in the community. But the thing of it is, though, is that we don't have the community anymore, which will protect the children like that are smart and educated, and actually promote them and actually honor them and actually make sure that these type of children are protected to make our community grow and add on to our prestige as Black people within America.
Got you what you're saying. Okay, I got you.
Yeah, I agree with Slimmy because I've seen workshops, like kids workshops that are like engineering and tech and coding and stuff like that. You see exactly what you saw in the picture.
Yeah,
the
that's true.
white kids, the Asian kids, and the Indian kids.
That's true.
That was accurate. I've never.
Right. No, that's very true. It's very true.
Yeah.
Why
And
you
I know
looking like
places
that,
they
kid,
have.
Daddy?
Oh, go ahead.
No, go
I
ahead,
mean,
Molly.
you can't see my face. How can you say I'm looking like anything?
I can see through the cracks in your fingers.
Hands. It's just like I'm not a victim Olympics person, but when it comes to this, y'all act like Black people came from somewhere, and getting in these spaces that would put you in this people with Elon Musk. You can want it as much as you fucking want. Like there's a long way to go to get to this. You can want it as much as you want. Everybody can change. All the Black people can push education and la la la, but the color of your skin, I'm sorry, it means something sometime, somewhere to somebody.
I don't know. I disagree because it's places where they do free coding workshops for kids. Why aren't these Black kids' parents taking them?
Do they know about it? Do the Black kids' parents know about it?
It's on.
They know about everything else.
Are they saying there's free coding? No.
And sorry, Mally, yes, listen, look, they know about everything else, but that's the problem right there. We are too involved in today's society with entertainment. And then we're losing out on that end because, when we do create things in entertainment, we give it away. We don't capitalize on entertainment the way that we should. All these entertainers, stuff like that, making all this money, they don't, they don't put back into the community like they should to, provide for education, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Like other cultures do when they create things and they provide back to their community to educate and boost their community. And this is just the facts right here. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, we're gonna cut it here. You know what I'm saying? But the thing of this is that our problem in the Black community is that we do not promote the most, educated and things like that. And, you can call them nerds, whatever you want to call them nowadays. But at the end of the day, though, George Washington Carver was a nerd. You know what I'm saying? The Black people that invented things, you know what I'm saying? Madam C.J. Walker, she was a nerd. She had to be a nerd in order to create what she created for Black women's, hair care and things like that. Listen, look, man, we have a huge issue in our culture because we're so busy trying to promote the most degradation of our situation and things like that nowadays, because this is what we've come to, and we have to correct this in order to be included in these types of situations to where we can have representation inside of tech and things like that. That I know there are, some of our young brothers and sisters out here who are in tech already, who are studying things like that. I know that they're out there. But, we don't promote them as a culture to push them to get on board and do the things that they need to do, and we shame them. And that's the reason why they go off and they do other things in other places and stuff like that, because we don't show them no love. Real talk.
So what the French toast is there to
as a
think about?
culture, we don't show them no love. So if we do have some of these young Black people that are, tech savvy and things like that, we don't show them enough love. We shame them and stuff like that because, oh, that's not cool. You're not a gangster. But these are the people that will actually help elevate, the black community and help add on to things like that we need as a community. Well, we need to put the community back together, but that's a whole nother fucking topic. But, it just is what it is at this point. Shout out to, shout out to Anton and the crew out there, mad love to them, and I thought this was something that we really need to see and things like that. And, Elon Musk got his young team up there. They're saying that these people are too young. I get it, from a elder standpoint, but at the same time, though, too, what are we doing out here? Obviously, the elders in the 21st century are not the true elders with the true wisdom and leadership that we're supposed to be having. And these young people are tired of it.
So what the French coast is there to think about?
They're tired of it. The country's being ran into the ground. We're disrespected all around the world. We're being called lazy and all other types of things. And it's sad, but it is what it is, though. Shout out to all my subscribers. Mad love to y'all. If you're new to the channel, please hit that like, share, subscribe button. Make sure you ring that bell to be notified whenever I decide to post things. And like I always say,
and that, my friends, is the bottom line.
That, my friends, is the bottom line.